On, bro. Episode 10.
All right.
All right. What's up, gang? Welcome to another episode of Not Forcing Vibe Show. I'm your host, MDO. As always, I got my co-host with me, D-Way. What's up, bro, Ham?
What's going on, good people? What's going on, big bro? Everything good with you?
Yeah, bro, Ham.
Yeah.
Anything today, boy.
Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope y'all had a great week. You know what I mean? Those who went out there and worked. You know what I mean? However you got your money, man. You know what I mean? I hope y'all had a productive week.
Listen, this is episode 10. Bro, told y'all after episode 10, we going up, bro. Gonna bring a lot more of the topics, more interesting other things to go over. Man, this is gonna be a good show, though, man. It's gonna be a good show.
All right, let's get into it then.
We're gonna get into it. All right, give me 1 second. Trying to get my stuff up real quick. There we go. And we in. All right, brother, man. There's been a lot of interesting things gonna happen this week. Shoot. You ready to get started on it, bro?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
All right, man. So first of all, please like and subscribe to the show as it helps increase the visibility of the show, as our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers. And thank you as always for coming in as usual.
Yes, sir. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button.
Yes, sir. But yeah, man. I got a good one for us today, though, bro. First topic, man. We're gonna do this a little different today, bro. First topic, bro. Deontay Wilder back, man.
Oh, he back in the building?
He back, bro. Deontay Wilder supposedly back, bro. But is he actually back, though? That's the thing. Is he actually back?
Okay, let me check it out.
Is he actually back, bro?
You caught me off guard with that one, buddy.
So that's why I told you it's gonna be a good one, bro. So we're gonna go over this topic. We're gonna start it out with some boxing, man. Deontay Wilder is back. Deontay Wilder is set to face Derek Chisora tomorrow, Saturday, April 4th, in London. This heavyweight class marks his 50th professional fight. Matter of fact, it's the 50th professional fight for both of them. Wilder entered the bout with a record of 44-4 and won 43 KOs. And looking for a statement win to return to title contingency after being inconsistent in producing knockouts in the recent years. And also, Chisora has confirmed this would be his final professional fight. As Wilder, if he loses, this also could be the end of his career at the age 40, while he's trying to keep chasing after a world title. So, yeah, man, what you think about this, bro? And hold on for one more before we get into it. Yeah. And matter of fact, this main event will also be streamed on live DAZN pay-per-view Saturday tomorrow night around 5 p.m. Eastern time. But yeah, man, what you think about this, man? What you think about Wilder coming back? You think he back though? You think he gonna be back with what he used to be?
I'm hoping. You know what I mean. I know he probably lost a little bit of his step due to retiring a little bit early.
Yo, shout out to everybody down in the comments. I see you down there. My bad, D-Way. Shout out to everybody in the comments. I see you down there. Like and subscribe. The show has helped with the visibility of the show as we're trying to reach to our goal of 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
appreciate y'all coming in.
People.
Yeah, go ahead, D-Way. My bad. Let's go ahead and get to it, bro.
But nah, yeah, you know what I mean. I know Deontay took some time out, man. You know what I mean. The other fight I'm not too fully aware of, but Deontay, man, I'm a big fan of. You know what I mean. He had some questionable fights leading off into his retirement, but man, one thing I got to give it to the dude, man. He's like the Mike Tyson of my era to me. You know what I mean? He carried that much weight to me. So seeing him get back in the ring, you know what I mean? I pray that he's in good health. You know what I mean? Both fighters leave out in good health. That's one thing. But it's exciting to me. You know what I mean? It's better than looking at Logan Paul and You know what I mean? They love exhibitions and stuff. Like, it's good to see some real good boxing going on. So I'm happy to hear that he get back in the ring. That's one thing. You know what I mean? Because I know he still got it. That's what I feel like. I feel he still got it, dude. What you think, though?
In my case, yeah, I'm not gonna say I think he still got it. In the case for this fight, hopefully he comes out in top on this one. I like Derek Chisora too as well, but Derek Chisora is planning on retiring though. So this really, like, it doesn't matter if he wins or lose. He's planning on stepping down. So you know what I mean. It's kind of like, man, I want to see Wilder come out and win this one in great fashion. A knockout performance would be great. They'll put him right back where we think he should be or where he can be. The way how they promoting the fight though, I'm gonna tell you, bro, I've been watching most of these doggone these press conferences and stuff they've been having and interviews and stuff they've been doing. I know him and Derek Chisora are best friends, and you know what I'm saying, they're giving each other that brotherly love and all that other good stuff. But I really want to see a good fight because I know what both of them can do. But I want to see Wilder actually go in there and slug it out with him, bro. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's been a while since he really just, you know what I'm saying, put somebody on the canvas, bro. Like, just laid somebody flat.
Now, I'm hoping that it ain't staged. You feel me? But you know what I mean? That's the thing where they went wrong as promoting his last. This is Derek's last fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now it intrigued interest to where, all right, Deontay ain't considering this to be his last fight, but Derek Chisora is considering it to be his last fight. So that's the discrepancy where, you know what I mean, the enticing eyes want to see. You feel me? Like, when you get in there, like, let's say, and this is hypothetically speaking, you know what I mean, at this point I'm on episode 10 or what we on 9. So
you're on episode 10.
Right. So the way my mind works, you know, I kind of think a little beyond what goes on and kind of depict things, you know what I mean? But hopefully, like I said, hopefully they don't get Deontay Wilder in there. He does a big knockout and then he gets another big fight and he doesn't show up the par as he did in the last fight. You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing where it's like the enticing eyes want to see or want to understand how this fight turns out.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because Deontay Wilder, man, like, he's a fan favorite in my eyes. And hopefully the fans are going on his end too. And they want to see the victory on his end. But like I said, I don't think you should go into a fight already promoting this being your last fight. I think you should kind of leave that to when the fight is over and you make people aware, like, okay, you know what I mean? This fight right here, I'm stepping away. You feel what I'm saying? At least you know in there you gave the fans the best of you leaving the ring rather than saying, oh, this is my last fight, and you go in there and get your ass blasted. And then, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, what waste our money on this fight here, you know? So that's how I see it. You know what I mean? Just I hope they have a, you know what I mean, good fight. I hope they give the fans what they want to see. Give us what we want to see.
Yeah. All right, we got 52 people in here right now, man. We appreciate everybody coming in here, man. Like and subscribe to the show, help with the visibility of the show. We got to come in here. Oh, smoke, guys. Greetings from Moscow. So we got some folks from Moscow in here. Shout out to Moscow.
What's going on?
Okay. You know, J.R. Ryder is Minnesota Timberwolves, ATL, and LA. Okay, I don't know nothing about that one. You said J.R. Ryder. I think I heard of that name. I gotta look that in, look into that, but I'm pretty sure I know what Ryder.
What he said about J.R. Ryder?
He said, "Do you know J.R. Ryder?"
That J.R. Ryder that played ball years ago.
Yeah, long time ago. Yeah, we definitely heard of him. That's why I said we definitely heard of him. Shoot, but yeah, man. Like I said, this fight for Deontay Wilder and this Derek Chisora fight, man. I really want to see Deontay come out on top of it, man. Because like you said, and I'm not saying nothing rigged at all. I'm not even gonna put that out there because I don't think that's the case. I just think necessarily it's You know what I'm saying? All of them in there fighting for the money, basically. You already know they in there for that's one of the biggest things,
sure.
one of the biggest reasons. So I think Derek Chisora gonna come in there. He gonna smother him. He gonna throw a whole bunch of punches in numbers. And also Derek Chisora, he's a brawler, bro. So that's a whole nother thing. So this ain't gonna be no fight like, you know, some Wilder usually, like we think he would do, come in and goddamn just KO somebody around in the, you know what I'm saying, the second or third round or something like that. Nah, this might be one of the one, unless he turned into the Wilder old, coming there with them little shifty moves and throwing them wild haymakers and catch Derek Chisora with something that he ain't gonna goddamn see and feel that power that we all know that Deontay Wilder got.
So all right, my question is, how long you think this fight gonna last? Like, what round do you think it all is gonna end, or do you think it's gonna go to full 12?
How long do I think it's gonna last? I'm gonna give it to about maybe
and your victor too. I want to hear is your victor.
6 or 7 rounds, maybe, and I give it to Deontay Wilder, maybe in KO. If not, technical knockout. Because Derek Chisora, he's known to gas out too, and Deontay Wilder's not known to gas out really. So we gonna see how fit Deontay come in for this fight, because you know with him being out for so long, that's a whole nother thing. You get what I'm saying? So for this fight, it's kind of like if I were the fittest, I guess, in this one, like literally. So we're gonna see what these boys gonna do, man. Like I said, it's gonna be a good fight. It's supposed to be on pay-per-view on the zone, like I said, at 5 p.m. Eastern time.
And the thing that I look at with it too myself is I think it may go because I really look at Deontay now. He's trying to get into the routine of being a technical fighter. So he's not just trying to be that one knockout artist as much as being technical. So
I'm not gonna say necessarily technical. The only reason why I say that, because I seen some of his stuff he's been working on. Don't get me wrong, that jab definitely is a leverage for him against smaller fighters. If he fight behind that jab, then yeah, we talking about he working on something. But I think that jab, just him using that jab, just giving him, you know what I'm saying, working on his range of where the next one's gonna come from that right hand. If he be jabbing for that left and he holding that right, just catch him whatever, you know what I'm saying, catch him out with that range. I think that's what he's been working on. That's what I believe. But outside of that though, I don't know about technical, but I think he want to goddamn knock this man out, man, regardless if they homeboys or not.
And I think that's the case too. But like I said, you know what I mean, years on years, you know, people always spoke about him and his boxing skills. So like I said, I know he don't want to stay in the ring too long to take too many punches. That's one thing you don't want to do. But I think you still want to showcase your skills and say, okay, I developed some form of skills at this point in this game of boxing, to where if he do, you know what I mean, take another fight after this fight, you know what I mean, it'll give him more longevity rather than, you know, you being so much of a power puncher. Because you got to understand, like in his interviews, he spoke about so many fights where he hit with so much force that you breaking your hand damn near every time, or you breaking some part of your body that, you know what I mean, or you sacrificing something with that much power behind your punch. So now you got to figure out some technique to where it can be more in control, but yet effective. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm looking at with Deontay, as far as like showcasing those skills. You know what I mean? And that's and I do get leading up to the 6th round, because I think it may go that same amount too.
6 or 7 round. That's why I'm calling it 6 or 7 round.
And that just to give the fans what they want, instead of just going in there just, you know what I mean, dominating, or, you know, swinging for the fences and fuck around and get yourself knocked out. Or
now if it go a whole 12, if it go a whole 12, that would be surprising. But necessarily it wouldn't be. It all depend on their conditioning, and really all depend on who really want it. That's what that depends on if it go all 12. But I really just think, like I said, around 6 or 7, because like I said, for Derek Chisora to be a brawler like he is, and Deontay Wilder is more of a just a one hit a quitter type dude.
Mm-hmm.
This could end in the first round or it can end, like I said, in 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But somebody finna get knocked the hell out though.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
So
it's glad to see boxing coming
that's
back
what we
with
know.
a big fight like this too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a big fight. You know what I mean?
Oh, this ain't no bullshit fight here. This is one on ones. Especially like I said, we know Derek Chisora coming in to fight. We know he coming to fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all if Deontay coming there with that same mindset, knowing he coming there to goddamn put some hands on somebody's ass and goddamn lay somebody out. If he coming to do that, that's gonna make the shit even more better.
But see, this is the thing where it get questionable for me when I see boxers and when they finally get knocked out, the fights that Deontay done took, where when he finally got knocked out in that Tyson Fury fight, now you see him in a couple of other fights where I won't say the same scenario, but you see them same symptoms of knockout coming along with him. You know what I mean? And now you can't take some of those punches as you used to. So, you know what I mean? Hopefully he still got that strong chin that he can absorb some of those punches because, like I said, once they kind of discover like that weak spot or you develop that weak spot, man, a lot of people capitalize on it. And this is heavyweight. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I was just about to say,
punches.
you can get hit anywhere, goddamn, especially in the heavyweight division. It'll knock your ass out. Regardless, shit. You could take a blow to the damn ribs and shit, knock a man out in the heavyweight division, depending on how heavy-handed the damn punch is, too. Or how big and powerful some of them punches is from some of them big dudes. But in the case of matter for Deontay Wilder, some of the blows he did take over the last couple of fights against Tyson Fury, I think it did take a little toll on him a little bit. But to another thing though, I think most of his stuff has been mostly, let's say it like this, bro. You never try to get in too much of the personal stuff because you hear all the news and the headlines about his past relationships and stuff like that. I think his stuff just took him off focus because he was dealing so much with that personal stuff outside of the ring. He ain't been himself. You can tell. You feel what I'm saying?
I know, man.
And a lot lately, most of his interviews he's doing, as you can see, he's doing more interviews on trying to advocate for, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say like a Black Lives Matter movement or something like that, but you know, he
mental health.
Yeah, mental health, and you know what I'm saying, just speaking up for the black culture and everything like that. So that's one thing I've been noticing about him lately.
Yeah, that, and you know, I mean, I'm glad he kind of gave us that insight on his life because, like I said, I seen the interviews too as well when he kind of spoke on certain scenarios that went on in his life. Man, people don't understand, or if you do understand, you can relate. You know what I mean? Turning points of relationships, family, friends, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? That just drastically make some changes in your life where mentally it'll throw you off your A game. You know what I mean? It'll throw you off your A game so fast. You'll just be like, damn, I'm thinking about this and I'm supposed to be handling this business. You know what I mean? Then all around it affects everything. So, you know what I mean? Make sure you keeping your crown straight on top of your head, man, or have somebody at home that keep your crown straight. Because when that crown goes sideways sometime, man, and it look like it's about to fall off, you just need somebody to come pick you up, you know what I mean? And if you ain't got that, man, hopefully, you know, you stay prayed up and, you know what I mean, you keep God first in your life. But salute to Deontay, though, for, you know what I mean, still handling his business, but, you know what I mean, still going out there, still trying to fight the good fight, too. So I salute. And being vulnerable at that, too. So,
yeah.
That's big. That's big.
But yeah, man, like I said, Deontay Wilder, Derek Chisora fighting this Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern time on the Zone pay-per-view. Y'all go check it out, man. All right, next topic, man. Let's get on into this one, man. With NBA talk, some Lakers news. Let's get into it, bruh. As of April 3rd, 2026, that's today, basically, the Lakers point guard Luka Dončić is sidelined with a left hamstring strain suffered during a 96-193 blowout loss last night to the Oklahoma City Thunder, April 2nd. He is scheduled for an MRI today to determine the severity of the injury. So basically, looking at this, said now he has played like 64 games this season. Under the current NBA rules, he must play at least 65 games to remain eligible for the end of the season awards like the MVP award. So, you know what I'm saying? So all this is going on. What you think about this, bro? Because right now, Luka, they're saying he's before the injury, he was averaging 37.5, 37 and a half, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists or 7.5 assists a game. And this is all in March, earning him the Western Conference Player of the Month honors as well.
Right.
So, do you think this is bad news for the Lakers going into the playoffs, or will Luka be able to play through it? What you think?
Well, it's bad news with the injury for sure. But you rather something happen prior to the playoffs and it's not being catastrophic. But in his situation, the question is, are you going to force yourself to come back just to get the MVP positioning? Because I really, to be honest with you, because what I'm looking at right now is 50 and 27. It's 82 game season, so you only got roughly 5 more games. The smart move, because you still got the play-in game, so they can still kind of rest within that too. I would take these last couple of games and just let your body heal. You know what I mean? For the playoff. Because right now, how this MVP talk is so much of a toss-up that potentially you might not get it anyway. And you can go out there and put your body on the line and risk the whole championship rather than just letting your body recover. You know what I'm saying? So I look at the smart move now. You know what I mean? He's not one of those athletic type of players. You know what I mean? He's a shooter, so he still can kind of, maneuver with dealing with those little small nicks or whatever coming out the injury. But one thing about it is the smart move for him at this age, man, is being available, especially in the playoff now. You know what I mean? Because, like I say, LeBron gonna go out there and do him. You know what I mean? Luka, he just got to figure out what he want to do now moving forward. And I think it's best me, you know what I mean, to be more available in the playoffs for the bigger goal than the MVP goal. Damn it, he can get that shit next year too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to be honest. But the way he play, man, he always getting his name through in the hat. So yeah, that's how I look at it. But what you think, Ho?
Well, in the case for this situation, well, like I said, we have to see what the MRI say first, just to see how bad it is. Because some of these hamstrings, they be bad, but they don't be too bad that they can't go play at some point. But it could be worse though. It could be one of the ones that hold them out. You know what I'm saying? Out of the playoffs for like 2 rounds. You never know.
Yeah.
Or like I said, just 1 round is still too much, really, to be honest, in the case of matter for them getting rid of for this playoff run. So it's kind of like at this point, we looking at it from this perspective is like, okay, what's the timeline between him and actually can get out there and play, and what percentage of percentage of Luka Dončić we can get from him? You know what I'm saying? Because we can't get at least 70 to 75% or 80% Luka. We in trouble.
But
Lakers
see,
in trouble.
It don't even matter about the MRI. It's the fact that in questioning, because if the MRI comes out where it's like not as bad, the thing I look at it is still sit out these next couple of games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you can possibly jeopardize your position because the Nuggets still on them. Like, it's still a tight running race over there in the West. But within their position, man, I think the players they got can hold down the fort for that little bit of time.
Yeah, it
at
look
least
like the
won't knock them
Nuggets.
out the playoff.
Like the Nuggets a game back too. So
right, that's what I'm saying.
So it's kind of it is kind of still tight right there between that 3 and 4.
Right,
but my thing is with Luka,
Lakers right now they at 3, so they'll be playing Timberwolves. Which is a good match. But even if they drop down to the Suns, I think they'll give the Suns the business. Like, well, no, because they won't play the Suns. That's number 2. They'll be shit. That's tough. That's a tough one, boy. That's a tough one. That's a tough little goddamn schedule right there. You got the Timberwolves.
Like I said, the
And
Timberwolves.
even if you drop down to 4 or 5, you still got the Rockets or the Nuggets.
I don't see the Lakers dropping that far down because
it's 5 games.
Yeah, I'm about to say they got to lose. Shoot, let me see. The Timberwolves have to literally go on a win streak, number one, and the Timberwolves are sitting at number 6 right now. So
what I'm not talking about the Timberwolves. I'm talking about you dropping down the goal because 4 and 5 go against each other. Either you gonna drop down or either play the Nuggets or the Rockets.
Well, I can see it being. I can literally see it being if the Lakers don't win out if the Lakers at least don't win at least 3 out of these 5 last games, I can see them probably falling to maybe 4. If Denver win out all the rest of them, if they can, we ain't gonna say Denver can't, but if they can, because right now the Denver Nuggets they played the Spurs tonight.
Right.
So, but the thing is, I'm gonna say about this game here with the Denver Nuggets and the Spurs, Wemby not playing. He's sitting out this game again against the Nuggets.
Correct.
You know what they've been saying? They're saying he ducking. They say they've been ducking them though. They've been ducking them Nuggets. They're ducking that smoke with Jokic. Yes, he is.
No,
that would have looked like
ducking no smoke, man.
That would have looked like he ducking some smoke,
man.
bro.
This dude, man, they not telling these folk, man, and this is just my theory. But you got to think about it, man. They trying to rest this man. You see how he was playing both sides of the court. You only got a few more games left. Just like what just happened to Luka. You only got 5 games left, and look what happened to Luka. Now, with the effort of what Wemby plays with, you have to be very smart on how you handle this man because he's still delicate. I hate to say it, but he's still delicate, man. And like I say, it just take one little small situation because, like you just said with Luka, you don't even want Luka at 80% sometimes. You know what I mean? You want people to at least be up in their 90 percentile of how they're playing. And you already know with an 82 season, you're going to come with some issues or whatever. So you might be at 80. Now, you mess around and get Wemby up in there, and shit, Wemby goddamn playing at 80 right now. He mess around in the course of action and something happens. Man, you playing at 50%. You half and half. So I can't even get that betterment of the effort from you because we already play you minimum minutes. We don't even play you the full 40 minutes, 38 minutes, stuff like that. We running you maybe 30 minutes, 32 minutes at best. You know what I'm saying? So going into the playoffs, that's a 7-game series. And they number 2. So they're in a comfortable number 2 too. So the smart move is just, you know what I mean, let them sit out these couple of games, let them catch a breather. Because everybody coming for Wemby. He done put a target on his back already. You know what I mean? How they playing Wemby, they putting a lot of weight on him anyway. But they pushing him out that paint. Everybody figuring out the strategy to just keep him away from the basket. So it's getting more physical on his end, but yet he still had to play on the defensive end, which is just as much physical. And Jokic is a physical player in the paint. So, and then you still got Aaron Gordon too. So you still got all them, man. So
speaking of Jokic, somebody in the chat literally just said Jokic would take everyone down. What are you talking about? The Thunder. So what are you talking about? The Thunder? Don't make me laugh. So listen. So basically, with Jokic, don't get me wrong. Jokic he's a triple-double machine. We know this at this point. But my thing is with Jokic, we gonna say this: if he play against somebody like Wemby, like we talking about the playoff in like a 7-game series, if it gets to a 7-game series like that, where they, you know what I'm saying, if it's not a sweep, my thing is Jokic gonna be able to keep up with the pace of everything? Because Jokic is not like a fast paced, you know what I'm saying, player that's like, you know what I'm saying, going rim to rim, running rim to rim like Wemby doing. Nah, he ain't one of them. Jokic, he kind of got his own little pace. It ain't fast, it ain't really too slow either, but it ain't up the beat as most of every other bid that you see in the league either. But my thing is with this though, don't get me wrong, Jokic may get those triple doubles. But how effective would that be against a team like OKC or the Spurs? How effective do you think that's going to be in a 7-game series playoff spot? I don't think that's going to be. I don't think it's going to be so effective.
And I don't think, you know what I mean, they can make their point. I understand that's their fan favorite. You got to think about it. Williams just came back for OKC. So now, you know what I mean, hopefully, depending on how healthy he is, you got to look at first off, they bench coming off strong. They in first place, and they done had a good number of injuries, and they use their bench players. And they still beating folks.
But they bench some serious though. They got a couple of role players that can be some starters for some teams right now.
But I seen how the bench beat up on the Nuggets rough like midway through the season. I'm talking about beat up on the bad too, man, which is crazy. So it's like, you know what I mean, you can give Jokic all his kudos, man, but it's still a cast of players he got to work.
No, I say it's a team game. Jokic can't do everything else that need to be done as far as on other ends of the court.
Yeah.
So
it's just like we said, a 7-game series. It all depends on who's controlling the pace. Because, like you said, Jokic is a player that nobody going to speed up or slow down. He's going to move at his own pace.
He's going to move at his own pace. That's it.
You know what I mean? But when it comes to getting on that defensive side, and you ain't getting back quick enough, you running against one of those fast break teams, like I say, like the Thunder.
That's why I said that's what's going to hurt him right there.
Yeah.
That was going to hurt him. Because like I said,
if Wemby can go, let's put it this way, if Wemby, let's say if they do meet up with the Spurs at some point, man, if Wemby going to take his game all the way up to 38 minutes and last that whole duration of the game effectively, man, it's going to be a long day for that man, Jokic, man.
Oh no! Now, if Wemby go rim to rim, and they let him play at least 30 to 35 plus, it's gonna be a long night for goddamn Jokic. I'm sorry to tell you.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a long night for him.
Wemby
gonna get it to you on the defensive side and the offensive side. So it ain't like Wemby just a defensive player just blocking shots and kind of rebounding. Nah, this Joker here, he getting you down on that offensive side, which he actually runs the flow. But Wemby's more like I keep saying, Wemby's more like a guard, bro. Just in the 7'4" body. That's all Wemby is. He'll bring your behind out to that darker perimeter, put the ball on the floor. He gonna try to go past you, or he gonna try to pull up with that jumper he's shooting.
And that's the tough part when it comes to going against Jokic too, because you pull him out, you get him on the ISO situation. Man, I feel sorry for you, Jokic, because
gonna have them dancing out there. Gonna have them tap dancing out there.
You gotta think about it too now. Jokic still gotta handle goddamn KD. Like you know what I mean?
It's a lot of ways that playoff can go depending on what these teams gonna slide at. But it looks like I said right now, who is it? It's
Nuggets going against the Rockets in the first round.
So they playing the Rockets in the first round. KD.
That's what I'm saying.
That's going but Jokic's gonna be matching up with what his name? Shogun, whatever his name is, the big boy they got.
But see, what I'm saying is this, you gotta look at it. It's strategic play though, So with strategic play, if you can get that system right, because Shogun they can transition this out to where it can be a mismatch and Shogun can drag out Aaron Gordon. You get what I'm saying? Because both of them can handle the ball now. KD can handle it. Shogun can handle it and still rock you and take you to the rim.
That Rockets lined up very versatile though, because you got Jabari Smith Jr. He another one too that could bring you out the doggone to the perimeter and put it on the floor. And he do a lot of things too. Jabari Smith Jr. He kind of like a doggone a step down from KD just a little bit in a younger form right now. He ain't KD, but you know his game gives that a little bit. But he's a little bit more physical.
He remind me of Antoine Jameson, man.
Antoine Jameson, you talking about Jabari Smith Jr.?
Yeah,
I don't know about Antoine.
Jameson was with the Wizards, man. He had that style where he can handle the ball. You know what I mean?
His
power
frame
forward position, smile forward.
his frame and everything give me a little bit more of a KD type stuff, but he got a little weight on him, and he actually,
No,
like I
I said
said,
his style. I ain't talking about
you
his
talking his
frame.
style
I'm
of
talking about
play.
style.
No, I'm talking about his style.
Like,
His style of play is a little bit like KD. He'll attack the paint with some finesse sometimes. That boy there can play, man. And he got a good pull up game, a mid range. Got a good mid range game.
Antoine Jameson got the same thing. And he can shoot it from the outside. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It got some similarities. You know what I mean? If you're looking at it on a fundamental style, it might not have a similar jump shot, this and that. But if you put all the components together, man, they have the same style of play. You know what I mean? Jabari, I ain't gonna say he don't play above the rim all the time, but he does has an aggressive style.
He get the job.
He
get the job done though. Jabari, one of them type
sure.
of dudes that literally he picks his spots. He know what works for him to a certain extent. Now he has his games where he, you know what I'm saying, he don't play as well as he should against lower competition like he's supposed to. But in most cases though, Jabari, he's more like a 15 and 8 or 7 guy. 15 and 8 or 7 guy. You're gonna get your 15s or 16 a game, and you get about 6, 7 rebounds here and there. You know what I mean? So, but with that lineup they got though, he really don't have to do so much work like that because you still got that Thompson kid that's there. That joker is a motor. Like he's literally like another 16 or 17 point guy that's grabbing about 6 or 7, 8 rebounds too. And then on the defensive end, he's up there getting like what, at least almost steal a game, 2 steals a game, and probably blocking a shot a game. So that's another thing. So you got a couple of pieces on that team that kind of, you know what I'm saying, it takes away off what they could be, you know what I'm saying, doing if they didn't have those pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep saying, Houston, what they really missing, they missing a damn point guard. Until that point guard situation get fixed. And we don't know how long KD gonna be in Houston because we know how this free agency stuff works. He'll be there goddamn, you know what I'm saying, for the season. Then this free agency stuff come up this summer or whatever trade rumors start coming up, they may want to move him because after all these allegations of what happened with that text message rumor crap, that kind of probably don't rub most of that doggone, you know what I'm saying, team wrong with some of the players or even some of those people in that organization just in general.
Man, that all depends on how he plays in this playoff, man. You know what I mean? Everything will be forgiven with wins. You know what I mean? So
Shay said,
I'm looking.
So Shay said, plus they have a. So Shay said, plus they have a lame ass coach there. So yeah, the coach, I ain't gonna lie, I don't really like what's the name there as well. Yeah, Madoka. Yeah, I don't really like him that much there.
Oh man, that dude straight, dog.
I'm gonna say he, as far as the teams he go coach, he's been doing well for himself as far as head coaching most of these teams. But I think most of his personality is what's fucking up a lot of stuff at most of these teams where he go to because a lot of times it seems like he's taking more stuff so personal and not just with coaches, with players. You know what I mean? That'd be my problem. You taking personal shots at players and stuff during the games. This ain't like goddamn after the game. You doing this stuff during the games, man. It don't look good on you, bro. But it also don't look good when other teams say the Houston Rockets is not even gonna keep you there that long. What other teams gonna think about you? You doing this type of stuff every time they see you coaching somewhere for some team somewhere. That can't be your personality all the time. But you know,
but he still came from he's still in between that old school. You know what I mean? That's one thing about the newer style coaches. They kind of cater more. And when you came on that other end of coaching, especially with his credentials, you know what I mean? It can be ego driven too. You know what I mean? So I don't see him as no bad coach to me, but I can see because you can be frustrated. You know what I mean? Because of the potential, bro. They got so much talent, man. Like I can see the frustration where you playing down too. Let's just say if they play the Nuggets, right? Rockets is an up tempo team and a highly defensive team. Let's say you let the Nuggets control the narrative and control the speed of the game, and you know the Nuggets ain't like no run and gun team like that all the time. Especially when Jokic get the ball. When Jokic gets the ball, he gonna slow the game down a little bit. But let's say you let the Nuggets control the game knowing that you're an up-tempo team. You know what I mean? I'd be a frustrated ass coach my damn self.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because now we're playing down to their level rather than playing to what we are experienced in, where we can control the game at too. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Because, like I said, we've been in those shoes, though. You know what I mean? We might not have been like no aggressive coach, but you've seen where certain players or scenarios where players play down to their opponent, and it'll cost you the game. You can you can have a good run going into halftime, and then after halftime, you start playing down to your opponent's level.
Playing to your opponent's level, which
You
I
know what I'm
always tell them,
saying?
if we go into the first quarter, like I always say when I was coaching, you go into that game like it's the fourth quarter. Every quarter, every game we play, we got to go into the game as it's the fourth quarter every time.
Correct.
You got to play like that, because at the end of the day, you don't want to give no team no chance of thinking it's a comeback.
Right.
Play like you down, bro. Just play like you down, but don't play like you down like you just want to lose, but play like you down like you trying to goddamn, you know what I'm saying, trying to come back and win. Only difference is you're up. You want to play like you desperate to goddamn trying to, you know what I'm saying, scramble up out of that.
And not even that. You can have players that come off the bench, right? That will go out there and get fucking lost, man. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of you sitting here watching the game and don't even know when your name called how to fully come in and affect the game? You should already see what this dude is strong in, and where he's picking up his pace then, or where he's getting hot at, where his spot is hot at, or whatever. Man, you should be able to come in and fully make a transition to change the way the game is being played, or change the way this player is performing at this point. You know what I mean? Sometimes the bucket gets so big, it is crazy. But, you know what I mean? If this dude over here doing certain things and he just killing the game this whole time with the same move, whatever the case may be, man, you should be able to come in and change that whole situation for at least 5 to 10, maybe not even 10 minutes. Because in a quarter time, you might get 3 minutes, maybe 4, depending on how you play. But then those 3 minutes, I don't give a damn if it's 1 minute. You know what I mean? While this starters take a seat, you should be able to come out there and fully affect that game and change how this dude plays the game to where he's not being so consistent doing the same stuff. You know what I mean? You can't just sit on the bench, come off the bench and be like, oh shit, it's my turn to get my ass kicked. You about to got in, you know what I mean? Let's go back to the tomato can.
Oh, Lord.
You can't go out there and beat a damn tomato can and just he be the workout dummy on you. You know what I mean? And he go up another 10, 20 points. You know what I'm saying? So,
no, if you coming out that bench, the thing is either you go up there and keep the standard of what the starters are already set out there as far as on a positive side, or you come out there and be a difference maker and set the tone, you know what I'm saying, as a player that's coming out there to bring more energy and, you know what I'm saying, bring something different out there into the game where it changed the narrative in a positive note, instead of you, like you said, coming out there thinking, well, oh shit, I'm gonna go out there and get my ass bust next. No, it ain't that. That's not what you're looking for.
Hey, that what they were saying. That what they were saying about Derek Rose. They were saying the same thing he was playing. We're like, oh shit, well, it's my turn to get my ass kicked. Well, I'm up next.
Ain't what we ain't never the thing. I ain't never preaching that when I was coaching. Hell no. If you think you just gonna go out and get your ass kicked, bro, just come on back over here and sit down beside me, man. Come on, sit down, bro. Come on. Shit, we ain't finna go like that today, bro. Just come on, sit back beside me, bro. Shit, hey, be like how Emery. Remember Coach Emery did that to me when I played in the ABA for his team, and we were getting our ass beat so bad in Alabama. Man, shoot, I think I had like 27 that game, and my 27 didn't help worth a damn. We was just getting our ass whooped, and he told me, man, said, man, Mario, man, just come sit beside me, man. Tell him, man, you want a chili dog? I got a chili dog for you. I was like, what the hell? I'm looking at him like, bro. A chili dog? What am I gonna do with this damn chili dog, bro? We get our ass beat. But yeah, hell no, boy. I ain't gonna lie, boy. He had me pissed Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Emery, man. You know, he passed away I think it was late last year. Like
what?
Late last year, yeah, man. He passed, man.
Oh,
That shit was crazy, bro. Yeah, Emery, man. Yeah, that was one of my favorite coaches, man. As far as on the professional side, man. He the one helped me get to the Atlanta Hawks and all that stuff when I worked out for them and everything. He got me in that door with the NBA stuff. Shout out to Emery.
That's what I'm saying. That people talking about Udoka over there being mad at these players, man. Emery was that type of coach at times too, man.
Oh, Emery didn't play though.
He would get in your ass, man.
Emery gonna tell you straight from the dang jump. Yeah. I remember he told this one kid, well, he not even a kid, the dude was older than me. I was maybe like 20, 21 at the time. This was my first couple of pro games after I left the CBA. He had got on this one dude, man. He said, man, Mario, the youngest player on the team, and said, and your marshmallow ass coming out here playing like a damn salty. Said, that's what you is, a damn marshmallow. He kept calling him marshmallow the whole time, bro. The whole time, bro. Even in the huddles, bro. Kept calling marshmallow. So old boy goddamn kind of just about to quit, bro. You like you about to start crying, bro. I said, damn. Damn, marshmallow. I said, boy, you know what the hell you gonna be calling me no marshmallow? Not as no grown man. You know, I was, you know what I'm saying, still kind of young, but damn, it one day. he was chewing boy ass out, boy. And mind you, no, he was killing him, bro. You were killing him, bro. You were killing him bad, boy.
That made s'mores out of my nigga.
Boy, you were calling his ass a marshmallow the whole time, boy. I was like, damn.
Oh, man.
You couldn't get out of that shit, boy. Shoot, and then you got to think about our lineup was every bit about like 6'8" and up too, and he was the shortest dude on our team. He was like maybe like 6'2", 6'3", and he was our point guard, boy. He was chewing him out, boy. That marshmallow shit, boy. I was like, boy.
It's just so funny because Emery, boy, he'll be so mad, bro.
Emery used to be pissed, boy.
He'll be so mad, bro. He'll be on that day and like he got rabies, bro. He about so pissed out there, cussing up a storm, bro.
Yeah, Emery, he get going. He get going, boy.
Yeah, he get going, boy. That joke be so funny, man. I said,
he get
bro,
going.
that boy Emery they had me rolling.
Yeah,
had me rolling, man.
One of the legendary coaches of the ABA,
for
man.
Sure.
Emery Malone.
Sure.
Y'all look him up. Like I said, rest in peace to Emery Malone, man. But yeah, let me get back to this though, man. What we was talking about, man. Yeah, Luka Dončić, man. I just seen right now it's official. He's out for the regular season for the rest of the season. For the regular season, so he's out indefinitely. That's what they're saying. And speaking of this rule about these 65 games they have to play to be eligible for postseason awards, bro. What you think about that though, bro? Because I'm gonna say this, bro. Don't get me wrong. I get players get injured, man. But then it's to a point, like at some point, I think they may want to change or look back into it and change what's the minimum for it now, because playing 65 games ain't easy. We gonna say that 82 is still to me amazing. I can't even see myself playing 82 games a whole entire season. You get what I'm saying? I just can't see myself when I was playing. I couldn't see myself doing it because I had seasons where we had 40 games, and shoot, we get about halfway in between the season, I'd be like, damn, boy, I'm beat, bro. You know what I mean? So, shoot, 80 games, bro. That's a tough, man. 82 games, I mean, that's tough. But so basically, that rule, what you think about that, man?
I'm gonna tell you something right now to kind of bag mine up, right? All right. So I understand where they're coming from. You know what I mean? It is gruesome or it is hard on the body to play those 82 games and get up to 65. Now, LeBron James is roughly in his 40s, right? This dude played 56 games this season so far. 5 more, he'll be at 61. Now, I'm not saying to change it because this dude been doing this for 20-some years, man. And LeBron James rarely miss games.
But
You know what I mean? I think he like top with played games during the season somewhere.
See, but I'm gonna disagree with you though, real quick though, D-Way. The reason why I say this is because I don't know when they, you know what I'm saying? I don't know when they inserted this rule, this new. I think this is something they put in probably like
this season. No, last season. It's the year when Embiid got hurt. You know what I mean? When he was
that's what I'm saying. This ain't nothing that's been going.
2 years ago?
Yeah, I'm saying this ain't nothing that's been going on when LeBron was playing. Like they probably had like a fewer games or something to be eligible for it. Now it's like 65, and that's to me, like I said, that's still to me. I'm not saying it should be changed to a smaller number, but at least like cut it down like 5 more games, maybe 5 more games. Cut it down to 60. So I think 60.
They didn't have a number back then. They didn't have a number. Like it was basically fan favorite and fanfare, and you know what I mean, how you affected the game.
As far as like all NBA and all that, nah, that's not no fan favorite. They ain't voting for fans for the all NBA awards.
But they
and stuff
wasn't.
Like that.
I don't think it was a structured number that put you in the realm of being a candidate. Now I'm talking about as game wise, like games, what they talking about necessarily. It wasn't nothing there structurally put for games that you can be a candidate for this and that. Now, leading to the 65 game rule, as far as MVP and certain things like that, yes, I think you should keep it that way because, like I said, you got to create boundaries, and within that boundary, you got to understand, shoot, you getting paid these X amounts of dollars, right? That's just like saying Zion Wilson contract. He has a weight clause in it. You know what I'm saying? Now, people sit here and say, well, shit, well, he got a weight clause. That should help him play better, right? You know what I mean? That should keep him healthy. That should keep him available. Cool. But let's say necessarily he ain't had no weight clause at one point. He was free to do whatever he did at his own leisure, right? So it's a boundary you got to create at some point in order to keep people competitive, to make sure they stay healthy, because you're getting a lump sum of money. And at this point, the dollars keep going up. So
I agree with you on this too.
You can't sit here and say, all right, these people back then played 82 games and they only roughly made this amount. Even though
I can
the pay
agree
scale
with you.
was different and the economy, things are at a point where lifestyle was a little different and things like that. But now these people making 300 million match contracts easily. So it's like you have to put something in place to regulate the game to make sure that, okay, you're utilizing your money to take care of your body, because the best thing is being available, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
that's playing like 50 games, and
so that's what I can agree with you on, bro. That's what I can agree with you on. Now, the reason why I would think to keep that rule that way is to keep those guys available, because these ticket holders and stuff like that, they paying a lot of money to come see these guys play. And it's already bad enough you got a lot of dudes doing this management, what's the name? This
load
management stuff already. So it's kind of like them doing that already is slapping the face of some fans, and they don't get to see their favorite player or get to see a star player that's coming to their city they've been waiting to see, and they all of a sudden, they sitting out because load management or something. No, okay.
Just like what
you gonna do if you gonna
they sitting over there eating a damn chili dog looking at the game.
Man, listen. But that's what I'm saying, like stuff like that, bro. It's kind of like end of the day. That's the reason why I would think that would be the best reason in most cases. Now, in the other cases, as far as the players and trying to stay healthy, just in general, that's my only look at it from that perspective, because it's kind of hard. Like I said, playing 65 games, that's tough. But from a business perspective and for the league itself, that would keep them guys playing in them games or keeping them motivated to keep playing them games in order to get those awards and be able to, you know what I'm saying, be motivated to be like, oh, I ain't got no choice but to play because I can't miss so many games this season. You feel me? Because I won't get recognized for an MVP or even a candidate of an MVP, or saying whatever awards you get, sixth man of the year or rookie of the year or most improved or the key clutch player, and all these other awards that they got now, that they got all NBA awards and all defense awards, or defensive player of the year. Those awards right there keep them motivated to be like, hey, I gotta play in order to be even considered for this type of award. if I'm at that at that peak in my career where I'm averaging whatever they average. You know what I'm saying?
So that's why I think it should stay at 65, because let's even say you even under load management. All right, you did a load management game, right? Does that take away what you about to do outside that court? You get what I'm saying? Once you leave that game, you still got free will to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you can leave that game and go to the bar and have a couple of drinks, whatever the case may be. You feel me? That's still going to affect the game you got to play tomorrow. That's still going to affect your body, your health, whatever. So you was better off playing the game tonight. You get what I'm saying? So if you, like you just said now, if you really want to be considered in these rooms or considered with these awards, you know what I mean? And these are goals. And if this is one of your goals, then you might want to think about it going into the season. Like, man, you know what? I'm going to do the things I need to do to last these 65 games. They ain't telling you to play 82 games. They saying 65. And yet you still got a couple of months off after the season. You know what I'm saying? So you still got that time frame to kind of get yourself together, or that free time to where you can do whatever you need to do. But during the season when it's here, there are goals in mind. Now I can see if you was you had a losing ass season now I can understand, like, okay, well, maybe you might want to consider certain ways you play or whatever, and strategic ways you want to go about it. But you know what I mean? If you got a winning season, man, and man, you gotta be at 6, you gotta do the 65, man. Cause that's the creme de la creme, MVP.
Yeah.
You the best player in the league. So, you know what I mean? That's gonna show on your paycheck. They're gonna show how they value you when you get that new contract, and yet all the other endorsements that come with it. So if you can't make it at 65 games, then you know what I mean, so be it, bro. It's a lot of greats that left it.
Yeah. Yeah, but
can't save everybody.
That's true, but I'm gonna say this: that the reason why I was getting at this point was because, like, this conversation that I'm about to bring up, same thing about Luka, Anthony Edwards, of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, who's currently enduring a late season injury, and his eligibility for the season award is set back now. As of today, he has been officially ruled ineligible for an NBA postseason award, including the NBA MVP and all NBA honors. Due to failing to meet league's 65 game minimum requirement. Now this, so you got to think about it. These names I'm naming, this is the reason why I'm saying, like, what do we think about these, and how do we really feel about them, about these rules being, you know what I'm saying, implemented now? Because look what it's doing. You hear these top names. These names not just some guy that just came out the blue, just, you know what I'm saying, this season. No, these names been running the league for the last about 3-4 years now, or 5 maybe for in most cases some of the other guys. But this makes it hard now, or make some of these guys, I'm not even gonna say make them look bad, but it do make their careers kind of look kind of funny when you don't see those recognition for those awards for certain seasons they don't have. They averaging 36, but they ain't got no doggone MVPs. They ain't got no All NBA for that season. They ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing at all. Because none of those awards, they're ineligible for those awards.
But you got to think about it too. You know what I mean? Shit, Charles Barkley ain't got no damn championship. He still got
that championship different though.
They still knocking, but that's what I'm saying. You can have it's
different. A championship is different,
but it's still
that's a team. We talking about a team. You talking about a team achievement. We talking about individual
too.
No, we talking about an individual accolade, bro. When you going out there doing this and they getting those all NBA honors and that MVP. Don't get me wrong, the team does play a part in it, because you got to get the number some kind of way. You can't do it without yourself. But with your individual stats itself, it stands out more with just you. Your team, cool. Don't get me wrong. Your team is yeah, they play a part. But you as that particular star player on that team that's putting up these numbers and doing all these other things, you played the big major role of it. That's why you're considered in those MVP candidate conversations and stuff like that. That's the reason why they're considering those. So basically, like Charles Barkley, in the case of matter for an NBA championship, that don't even matter, bro.
But what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's still the next man up. Just like when you get hurt, it's the next man up.
It's the next man. It's the next man up. But I'm gonna say this award, these MVP awards, you're gonna start seeing names like Norman Powell getting considered for it. When he's averaging, I don't even know what he's averaging this year. I think he's maybe averaging like maybe what 21, 22 a game. You're gonna be hearing names like that coming up. Which, like I said, I'm not saying he's not a good player, but his numbers not MVP though.
But
you get what I'm saying?
Have to still consider the fact he been averaging that for 65 games. Now, let's say, even if they drop it, let's say if they didn't even have it, this person can average 30 points for 35 games, and his average just looked that way because he did it for 35 games. You get what I'm saying? You have to put something in place, man, to where, you know what I mean, it makes sense. Like, this dude been averaging 22 for 65 games. That's a stretch. That means at some point he actually averaged or scored 25 to 28, maybe 30 points. At some point in the league, he was effective. So what I'm saying is, that's where things get overshadowed. Because he can do that for the 65 games, and this dude did it for 45.
If we talking about players that are basically the face of the league,
it doesn't matter though. That's what I'm trying to say. With one face, there is always another face.
It don't make the argument look good when they don't have nothing to show for it, bro.
No, bro. It opens it up to where you understand that, bro, it's still other great players out here. Now, you might want this person to be the face of the league.
I get it's other great players out there though. But the thing is, when we're talking about what I'm saying statistically, when you look at these numbers, those numbers that we're paying attention to, you see a Norman Powell, like I said, just for example, we're not trying to downplay his numbers or nothing like that. You see a Norman Powell, who's I think possibly averaging probably like 21 or 22 this year. I don't know what he's averaging this year.
That's a game, though.
That's what I'm saying. He's averaging 22, 21 this year per game scoring wise. And the rest of his other numbers, I don't know what they may be. But regardless, that number, that 21, 22 number, as far as like scoring, that's pretty low for an MVP. Unless he's doing like, listen, bro. I'm trying to tell you, unless he's doing numbers like Jokic is doing and averaging a triple-double, and that would make sense then. You feel me? If you averaging a triple-double, then I can see you being in that MVP conversation like that with an averaging 21 and 22 a game, and you averaging 10 rebounds or 10 assists or shoot, whatever it is, the other stats could be. You could be averaging 10 blocks a game in the case of matter, whatever, for that triple-double. Whatever it is, I can see you getting the MVP conversation because those stat lines are not just you scoring. It's more you doing a lot more other stuff contributed in other places where it's like, oh shit, that's like an eye, it's an eye opener. Like nobody ain't doing no damn 10 blocks a damn game. Hell,
right.
Shit, most of them barely out them doing goddamn one. So if you can goddamn get somebody that's doing about 3, 4, 5 blocks a game, averaging 10 rebounds and doing like 22, 23. So maybe they can be in the conversation a little bit.
So if you're doing that a game, that means you can do it for 65. It is what it is.
They possibly can do it for 65, but that's if you can do it for 65. What I'm saying is 65 is not a bad.
They even say in this era, they don't even practice like that.
No, they don't. No, they don't practice like that.
So what I'm saying is, you have ample opportunity, man, to get rest, to find other therapeutic ways to take care of your body, man. Like, it's damn near no excuse, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's up to you. You making this amount of money and you don't even have to practice every day. You don't even have to go through the regimen that most people did prior to these young people getting into the league now. You didn't have to go through that. You didn't have to do what LeBron James did. LeBron James like I said, playing 82 games plus playoffs every year. So he's playing that many amount of games, and yet he came in the era where practice was dang near mandatory almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can still do that now and still average 56 games, he's not even looking at the milestones of all MVP, and he's not even looking at that at this point. You know what I mean? Because he probably could have did the whole 65 games. He probably could average more points than he averaging now. You know what I mean? He probably just dimming his light a little bit more to give people enough room to shine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, although it looks good for a short period of time, that's with anything. Stuff look good for a short period of time, but it's the person who can endeavor the long haul of the game, the long regimens. You know what I mean? You don't, like I said, your commitment to the game is a little bit different now. Now you got to show, okay, all right, man, what's keeping you playing the 65 game? What keeping you, you know what I mean, playing at this peak level of 65 games rather than everybody else getting hurt? What are y'all doing different? What are y'all not doing? What sacrifices are you taking in the midst of trying to get this MVP or whatever individual accolades you're trying to achieve? Because guess what? This person with these 22 points a game, he did it for 22 games straight. You know what I mean? He did it for 22 games straight the whole season. Like I said, it might have fluctuated where he averaged 25 in the game one time, 30. He might have had some big numbers, but guess what? It averaged all the way out to 22 points a game. That is still phenomenal to me on the NBA scale. Now, you over here doing triple doubles. Yeah, you can do triple doubles every goddamn game up to 45 games, but guess what? It ain't 65.
Mm.
You still tapped out. You still didn't know how to goddamn kind of gauge how to effectively play the game, but yet still be available. That's just like, I'm just gonna take it even away from sport. That's just like an everyday worker. You know what I mean? You can go through anything every day, and guess what happens? Shit, your black ass go to work, you know what I mean? And yet you goddamn been going to work every day for the last 10 years straight. That 1 year you might have got sick or got hurt or something like that, and you had a certain amount of time off. Yeah, what they gonna do? Either they gonna fire your ass, or they gonna sit here and say, you know what, you know what I mean? We can't pay you, whatever the case may be. It's gonna be some consequence for that missing time. So I hold the NBA in the same regard. You know what I mean? I hate that. You know what I mean? It might take away from the motivation of the top tier talent that you see on the floor at that time. But guess what? It still had to be boundaries met. It still got to be that 65 game. I think that makes sense for the amount of money you make. Like, I think that makes sense because, like you said, how it looks for this person to play 45 games, and let's say you end up going to the game 46 and he ain't available. You get what I'm saying? Game 46, man, I done paid my money to go see this man LeBron play or see Jokic play or whatever, and he ain't even available.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Shoot, he ain't available for most of the rest of the game, really. So now you mad. You done paid your money, but this dude just got a big max contract again. He got an MVP contract again. Does that even make sense? You got individual accolades, and I went to the game and I finally saved up my ducats. Now I got to keep looking online every time to see if you got an opportunity to play. Are you crazy? No, you gotta.
Yeah,
65 is sensible. 65
all right.
is sensible.
Yeah, all right. We got up to 88 people in here right now, man. Hey, please like and subscribe, as this helps with the visibility of the show. As like I said before, our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers. We appreciate everybody that came in here today. I kind of agree with you, but like I said, bro, 65. That to me, they can kind of bring it down 5 more games. Shay said the long seasons, including the deep postseason runs, really have had a huge impact on certain teams over the years. what LeBron has managed to do is really impressive, honestly, and that's true, and that's my thing right now. As far as LeBron doing it, as far as LeBron doing it without them having the actual requirement of having to play 65 games to get these awards is even more impressive because now it's nothing that's motivating him to play all those games and do it at a high level, right? So that's why we sit up here and we had, like I said, when we was having all these GOAT debates about MJ and who's the GOAT between LeBron and MJ and Kobe and all this other shit, where I'm just sitting here like, I hear y'all, but it's so much to it when we talking about a GOAT, bro. Like we talking about the body of work in general. Like I'm talking about, we ain't talking about just, oh, he scored 35 a season or something. No, bro, this man LeBron dude, he'll have a season he scored 35. He'll have a season where he has 10 rebounds and he's averaging 9 assists. Somewhere around a block a game or something like that. LeBron does everything. And I mean literally everything. He's an all around great.
Stat sheet stuffer.
Not no damn. We talking about a juggernaut. You know what I'm saying? A juggernaut goddamn score. Which, like I said, you have a few of them came in the league like that. Shit, you had Trace McGrady like that. Like I said, you had Kobe like that. You had Jordan like that. You had AI like that. Who else? You got more people out here. We could say goddamn Will Chamberlain. Definitely, he was one of the goddamn greatest scorers to ever play. Shit, he had a season where he averaged 50.
Right.
Think about it. That shit sound crazy when you hear somebody averaging 50. I don't care what goddamn, you know what I'm saying, decade or not decade, I don't care what generation of basketball, era of basketball you played in. You averaging 50 is fucking crazy.
Correct.
50 a game? You know how hard it is? You know how hard it is just to keep up an average of 25 a game sometimes?
That's what I'm just telling you. Oh,
50 a damn game, bro.
You said 22, dog. You was like 22?
I'm just saying. No, but listen what I'm saying though. As far as what you're seeing in the league right now, you see a lot of those players in the league right now that's literally averaging somewhere around like 22 and 23. And it's a lot of them that average that in the league, like with no problem right now. But when we talking about MVP, we looking at numbers like I said, them numbers like Jokic got, them numbers like who else? Shoot, Shea, you can say Shea Alexander kind of guy. Or you talking about you gotta think about those type of numbers. I'm looking at, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. You feel what I'm saying? I can see that. Chad Cunningham. Even though he hurt and he most likely he's not gonna be eligible either. If his ass don't come back in time enough to play these last few games, I think. He's gonna be out of goddamn contention for MVP consideration. So or any other award. So that's my thing.
You know what I mean?
So that's my thing with that. The worst things. Hold on, Shay said the worst things that happen to LeBron and Steph are them playing in the same era on different teams. In my opinion, yeah, that's it. Probably is. It's probably one of the biggest issues, I think, because now, like I said, we had these GOAT debates. These guys been playing against each other for so long. You know what I mean? Which is no problem to me because I feel like at the end of the day, it just shows you how great, you know what I'm saying, these players was at these times, and they playing against top tier type, you know what I'm saying, other opposition other than, you know what I'm saying, some damn, like I would say, tomato cans or something out here running around out here. Like a lot of folks like to call them plumbers. I'm gonna call them goddamn tomato cans. But regardless of either one, my thing is it was dope to see it. You know what I mean? And we got to see it.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like, yeah, man, I appreciate everything. Like I said, where I see most of these doggone pro ball players did the same thing I had to go through when I played. But the difference is for them, they're kind of like getting it from a different angle because you got so much stuff that's like media anywhere now. Like you can literally goddamn just push or promote a damn player on your phone now. You feel me? That's the crazy part. Like we didn't have none of this shit growing up. So if we had that, just imagine where I probably would have been, or some other players that we don't know that could have been somewhere that we knew growing up, just in general. So
even look at it like this too, bro. He just made a good statement. I'm sorry to cut you off too, but LeBron played 23 seasons. Stephen Curry has played 16. So that's a 7-season difference. That junk is phenomenal. Like I said, man, kudos LeBron, bro. You got some people that ain't even worked the job that long. This dude been doing this for 23 seasons, man. 23 years. Stephen Curry has done this for 16. Like the merging of two different eras is crazy. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I'm looking at, like two different eras and the longevity of how long they play. Because if you look at it from that time span, you had Steve Francis, who didn't do that many years prior to him leaving the league due to certain circumstances. You know what I mean? Stephon Marbury. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, you got to be available, even at your prime. You got to be available. Like you have to be available at your prime to give out the best of yourself at that time, because longevity might not be for you either in the league. It just only works out for certain people. Like Jamal Crawford, he played for quite some time. You know what I mean? But he was never this big time player. Like he never had that light shined on him heavy, other than being that that dominant 6-man player. You know what I mean? So that's why I say at the end of the day, but what if this rule was in place for those times? You know what I mean? What if it was those situations where, okay, you know what I mean, Jamal Crawford might have started or whatever the possibilities were, and it showed up that, okay, well, the next man coming up is Jamal Crawford. We didn't notice that he actually played 65 games, or he was actually averaging this many points in his 65 game season, because it was overshadowed by this one player, and still overshadowed during his injury, during his time out. And he wasn't even valued or taken care of financially in the space that he should have been in the time that he's played in those seasons. You know what I mean? Because like I said, if this person been available 65 games and they just sorry as heck, and it's like we had to get like DeMarcus Cousins. Let's put it that way. DeMarcus Cousins, bro. When he was playing, dude was averaging some good points, but he was never gonna get an MVP because of the team he played for. It was just gonna be tough for that. You just gonna always say he was a great player, but guess what? They weren't gonna offer him no MVP because the team he played for. It just didn't look good. Image wise, it wasn't the best. And we're gonna give an MVP to a team that ain't even winning. You know what I'm saying? But let's say if the scenario changed where, all right, this person do play for this sorry ass team, whole bunch of tomato cans, and he is averaging what he averaging, but the record doesn't show. And guess what? Shoot, the dude is available 65 games and still put on the show. Still to go out there and play. So yeah, we gotta get to the man. You know what I mean?
Well,
Hopefully that entice more players. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's different though with that one. So that type of availability, and you putting up like some fantastic numbers to make you know what I'm saying, whoever does the judging for like MVP and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're on the sorry ass team, it you know what I'm saying, that still counts for something. But if you putting up some numbers that's like I said, eye opening to whoever doing the judging or the voting for the MVP, that is a different consideration other than winning. Like winning does plays a big part in it to a certain extent, but if you putting up some numbers that's hard to like look by and be like, hell no, like we can't not get this man MVP. You got to give it to him. Shit, he putting up goddamn 35 and 25 and damn 5. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me that man ain't getting MVP. Don't give a damn if his team got in one game out the whole season. That man putting up 35, 25, and 5. Who the hell is doing that? It ain't. You gonna get MVP every year if you're doing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But We at the end of the show, y'all. Hey, man, we appreciate everybody coming in here, man. Like, definitely, bro. This is but episode 10. This is a milestone for us here in episode 10, man. Like, everything's been going good with this show, bro. So on to the next, man. Hopefully the next 10 episodes gonna be even better. We expect them to be even better after this one, man. So y'all can check us out on Sunday. We'll be back Sunday. Around the same time, like usual. I think we're doing 5 p.m. Eastern time for this Sunday show. So y'all check us out on that one, man. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, D-Way?
Hey, man, we appreciate. Well, I'm sorry. Well, we appreciate, and I also appreciate just y'all support, man. Staying down for these 10 episodes. You know what I mean? Took a time off for a moment, and y'all still came back and rocked with us. So we appreciate y'all being in attendance and taking the time out to hear our opinion and dialogue on these sports situations out here and just worldly situations as well. So thank you.
Yeah.
We just gonna keep growing and keep giving y'all content.
Yeah, we got a lot more. We got a lot more coming for y'all, man. Outside of just sports too, man. Especially this Sunday, I got some other stuff, man. Y'all gonna like what I got. But yeah, man, appreciate everybody coming in here. Like I said, episode 10, man, is done. Hey, man, this the Not Forcing Vibe show, man, and we out of here.
Peace.
Peace.